Hello everyone, this is Yoko. On this channel, I feel that information about what is happening in China is often not correctly conveyed to countries other than China, so I will be disseminating the information I have gathered in English. I'm getting information from multiple media, so I'd be happy if you could comment on the content of the video. Also, my native language is not English, so I use an AI speaker to create the voice to convey the information correctly. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel and support us. This time, I would like to talk about the fact that foreign residents are being targeted by the Chinese Communist Party. It seems that the wealthy in China are terrified. There was an article that several people were arrested, including the president of a well-known company that supports immigrants in Shanghai. Even if Japanese people are dissatisfied with Japanese politics, there are not many people who want to emigrate to their country. I think it's because Japan is a very livable country compared to other countries. Recently, thanks to the internet, it is possible to learn about the situation in other countries while staying in Japan, so it is possible to know that the living environment of the majority of Americans is quite dangerous due to drugs and guns. And in the United States, it is spreading on SNS that crackdowns are not being carried out even though shoplifting is being done in front of people who are filming videos with smartphones. Riots have also occurred in Europe, and security is quite bad. So I don't really think that Japanese people want to immigrate to a country other than Japan, but China is completely different. In China, even if you have money now, there is no guarantee that you will be where you are next year. In particular, people who have illegally accumulated wealth do not know when they will be taken away. Even those who were bribed by a contractor when they were active and are now retired and living a comfortable life are terrified that they might be caught in the future. People who have built up a certain amount of wealth in China want to move to a foreign country where their rights are guaranteed, for better or worse. So in China, there is a need for businesses that support immigrants. There may be one in Japan, but the scale is completely different in China. Even in Shanghai, which is considered to be one of the best places to live in China, I sometimes see advertisements for immigration information sessions. Against this background, it was announced that the Communist Party authorities had launched an investigation into a well-known immigration brokerage firm in Shanghai. The president has now been arrested, with the announced charges allegedly violating foreign exchange trading regulations. However, it is said that this arrest is still only the first move. The reason why it is only the first move is because the Communist Party has announced itself that it is the first move. Police are demanding decades of customer lists that the company has. In other words, it is said that the authorities are not targeting the company, but people who immigrated using this immigration support company. I don't know yet if it's proof of that, but the company's homepage hasn't been shut down. This company seems to support immigration to Japan as well. It says that if you set up a company with 5 million yen, you can live in Japan for 3 generations. And there is another interesting story. It is said that this company advocates a lifestyle of immigration without immigration. In other words, it is a good idea to obtain foreign residency while staying in China. Chinese basically make money in China. Whether it's legal or illegal, it's based in China. So if you move to a foreign country, most people will lose their income, with the exception of those who have considerable assets. Therefore, I have a foreign residency so that I can escape to a foreign country if something happens. Until something happens, there is a need to stay in China and secure income, so the company will support it. There are quite a few people in China who live in China but have the right to live abroad. From the Chinese Communist Party's point of view, they are people who take a large sum of money from China and flee abroad in times of trouble. Moreover, people who have huge assets in China are likely to be in the upper echelons of the Communist Party. It is unfair to ask how such people got such a large amount of assets. The salaries of civil servants are not high, so they are amassing wealth by taking bribes, diverting Christian assets, and diverting military equipment. In addition, there are things that would be unthinkable in Japan, such as leasing a part of the military base to a company and collecting the rent. In China, people who accumulate money illegally get money because they have positions as cadres in the Communist Party. The Xi Jinping administration probably wants to find those people with low loyalty to the Chinese Communist Party. Rather than using this company, they may be thinking of obtaining a list of people who have obtained foreign residency rights and confiscating the property of those who are thinking of fleeing if something happens. Not. But there is another way of looking at it. The theory is that it has something to do with spying. From the perspective of the Xi Jinping administration, those who have obtained residency rights in foreign countries are potential spies. If anything happens, they will escape from China, so it will be easy to sell information about China to foreign countries. Therefore, there is a theory that some of the people who received the support of this company are being investigated from the perspective of foreign spies. Only the Chinese Communist Party and Xi Jinping know the real aim, but perhaps they are aiming for two birds with one stone. In other words, we will hold down people who live in China but have foreign residency rights and may flee overseas, and by obtaining a list of potential spies, we will also investigate from the aspect of intelligence activities. You have obtained a list of people who are not convenient for the Communist Party. By the way, it is a known fact that there are such people in China for a long time. The reason why the Chinese authorities are starting to collect information now is because the Chinese economy is in a slump, and there is no point in staying in China as it is, so there are people who think about moving abroad with the assets they have accumulated so far. This is because it is thought that we will increase. It's about time for China, so it would be inconvenient for the Communist Party if the movement to emigrate to Australia with the money they have saved so far becomes active. It would be a negative for China if a high-ranking person in the Communist Party leaks information about the inside of the Communist Party overseas. In addition, the renminbi will be converted into foreign currency before leaving the country, which will put downward pressure on the renminbi. Perhaps this kind of movement will spread not only in Shanghai but throughout China. That's all for now. See you next time.